The concept of sending a new electromagnetic signature to one's body is a powerful testament to the connection between mind and matter. This process, transcending mere physical or biological mechanisms, highlights the profound impact that mental and emotional states can have on our physical being. It's an act that demonstrates the potential of thought and intention to bring about significant changes in our physiological state. When we change our thoughts, we essentially change the electromagnetic field that our body emits. This shift is not a metaphorical change, but a literal, measurable alteration in the energy that our body radiates. Scientific research in the field of psychoneuroimmunology has begun to uncover how our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs can influence our physical health, right down to the cellular level. This new electromagnetic signature is a physical manifestation of this mind-body connection. The process of changing our electromagnetic signature involves a conscious shift in our mental state. It requires moving away from negative, self-limiting thoughts and embracing a more positive, empowering mindset. This shift is more profound than merely engaging in positive thinking. It's about fundamentally altering our internal narrative and belief systems. This transformation is akin to reprogramming our internal software, where old, outdated programs are replaced with new, more efficient ones. The impact of this change is not limited to our mental state. It cascades throughout our entire being, influencing our physical health, emotional well-being, and overall quality of life. Furthermore, the power of a new electromagnetic signature extends beyond personal transformation. It has the potential to influence our environment and the people around us. Just as negative emotions can create a palpable tension in a room, positive changes in our electromagnetic field can have a calming, uplifting effect on our surroundings. The process of altering our electromagnetic signature also involves a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all aspects of our being. It requires an awareness of how our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and physical states are all intricately linked. This understanding allows us to approach our health and well-being from a holistic perspective, recognizing that true healing and growth involve harmonizing all these elements. The determination of visionaries is a remarkable trait that sets them apart in history. Individuals like Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Bill Gates, Alexander Graham Bell, and Colonel Sanders exemplify this quality. Each of these figures faced immense skepticism and criticism, being told repeatedly that their ideas and aspirations were impossible or unrealistic. However, what truly distinguished them was their unwavering commitment and belief in their visions. These visionaries possessed a mental fortitude that allowed them to transcend the doubts and limitations imposed by the prevailing beliefs of their time. They had already made up their minds, firmly believing in the potential of their ideas and their ability to bring them to fruition. Their determination was not just a passive hope, but an active, driving force that propelled them forward despite numerous obstacles. The mindset of these individuals was characterized by a refusal to accept the status quo or be confined by the boundaries of current knowledge and understanding. They dared to dream bigger and envision a reality that others couldn't perceive. This ability to see beyond the present to what could be is a hallmark of visionary thinking. Furthermore, their determination was not a fleeting emotion, but a sustained and disciplined effort over time. They did not merely daydream about possibilities. They worked tirelessly to turn their visions into reality. Their commitment involved long hours of labor, relentless experimentation, and continuous learning and adaptation. These visionaries also had the unique ability to detach from their immediate environment and the constraints of time. They were not bound by the immediate concerns of their physical or social circumstances. Instead, they operated from a place of deep internal conviction, a space where the doubts and criticisms of others had little sway. The determination of these individuals also manifested in their resilience in the face of failure. Rather than being discouraged by setbacks, they used them as learning opportunities. They understood that failure was a natural part of the innovation process and a stepping stone to success. Moreover, their determination was fueled by a deep sense of purpose. They were driven by more than just personal success or recognition. They were motivated by a desire to make a significant impact on the world. This sense of purpose gave them the strength to persevere through challenges and adversity. Transcending the old emotional self is a significant aspect of personal growth and transformation. This process involves moving beyond the habitual emotional responses and patterns that have been ingrained over time. These patterns, often formed as coping mechanisms or as a result of past experiences, can limit our potential and hinder our ability to respond to life's challenges in a healthy and adaptive way. The old emotional self is characterized by reactions and feelings that have become automatic. These may include tendencies towards anxiety, anger, sadness, or fear, which, while once protective or rational, may no longer serve us in our current context. Transcending these emotions requires a deep introspection and a willingness to confront and understand the roots of these emotional patterns. This journey is not just about suppressing or ignoring emotions. On the contrary, it involves a conscious acknowledgement and processing of these feelings. It's about understanding the triggers and the underlying beliefs that fuel these emotional responses. This awareness is the first step in breaking the cycle of automatic emotional reactivity. Moreover, transcending the old emotional self often requires revisiting and reprocessing past experiences. This can be a challenging process as it might bring up painful memories or unresolved issues. However, it's a necessary step in releasing the emotional hold of these experiences and moving forward with greater freedom and resilience. In addition to self-reflection, transcending the old emotional self also involves cultivating new emotional skills and responses. This can include learning how to regulate emotions, developing greater empathy and compassion both for oneself and others, and finding healthier ways to express and manage feelings. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and therapy can be instrumental in this aspect of emotional growth. Another key component of transcending the old emotional self is the development of emotional resilience. This involves building the capacity to face and navigate through difficult emotions without being overwhelmed by them. It's about developing a core of inner strength that allows one to remain centered and composed, even in the face of adversity. Furthermore, transcending the old emotional self is a transformative process that often leads to a deeper sense of self-awareness and self-understanding. As we let go of outdated emotional patterns, we often discover new aspects of ourselves. This can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling way of living, where actions and responses are more aligned with our true values and aspirations. This process also involves a shift in perspective, where emotions are no longer seen as defining aspects of our identity, but as transient states that we experience. This shift allows for a greater sense of detachment and objectivity, where emotions are observed and managed rather than being overwhelming or all-consuming. Embracing empowering emotions is a pivotal aspect of personal development and growth. It involves recognizing and nurturing feelings that enhance our sense of self and our ability to positively interact with the world. Empowering emotions such as joy, love, gratitude, and inspiration have a profound impact on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. These positive emotions extend beyond mere moments of happiness. They're deeply rooted experiences that resonate with our core values and aspirations. Embracing these emotions means actively seeking and cultivating experiences that elicit feelings of fulfillment, purpose, and connection. It is about creating an environment, both internally and externally, that nurtures these positives. The journey to embracing empowering emotions often begins with mindfulness and self-awareness. By becoming more attuned to our emotional states, we can start to identify patterns and triggers that either support or hinder our emotional well-being. This awareness allows us to make conscious choices about how we react to different situations and how we can foster more positive emotional experiences in our lives. Empowering emotions also play a crucial role in enhancing our resilience. They provide a buffer against stress, anxiety, and depression, and help us to bounce back from life's challenges. Feelings of gratitude, for example, can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of abundance and contentment. Furthermore, these positive emotions can have a ripple effect on our relationships and interactions with others. When we embody emotions like empathy, compassion, and love, we create deeper connections with those around. We become more understanding, kind, and supportive, which in turn nurtures our own emotional health and strengthens our social bonds. Embracing empowering emotions also involves recognizing and celebrating our achievements and strengths. It's about acknowledging our progress, no matter how small, and cultivating a sense of self-efficacy and confidence. This recognition fuels further growth and motivates us to pursue our goals and aspirations. Overcoming emotional states for liberation is a profound journey that involves transcending limiting emotions and transforming them into sources of wisdom and understanding. This process is not about suppressing or denying emotions, but about learning to navigate through them with greater awareness and insight. It's a journey that leads to emotional freedom, where we are no longer controlled by our reactive emotional patterns, but are instead able to experience life with a sense of clarity and balance. The first step in this journey is recognizing that our emotional states often stem from past experiences, beliefs, and conditioning. These emotions, whether rooted in fear, anger, sadness, or frustration, can become deeply ingrained in our psyche, shaping our perception of the world and ourselves. So overcoming these states requires us to delve into our inner world, to explore the origins of these emotions, and to understand the narratives we've created around them. This exploration often involves confronting uncomfortable truths and revisiting painful memories. It requires courage to face these aspects of ourselves that we might have been avoiding. However, this confrontation is essential for healing and growth. By understanding the root causes of our emotional states, we can begin to disentangle ourselves from them and see them for what they truly are: responses to past events, not present realities. Another crucial aspect of overcoming emotional states is learning to detach from them. This detachment doesn't mean becoming emotionless or indifferent. Rather, it's about gaining the ability to observe our emotions without being swept away by them. It involves developing a sense of inner calm and steadiness, from which we can witness our emotional responses without judgment or immediate reaction. Mindfulness and meditation practices are powerful tools in this process. They help cultivate a state of present moment awareness where we can observe our thoughts and emotions as they arise without identifying with them. This practice enables us to respond to situations with a greater sense of clarity and choice, rather than reacting out of habit or impulse. In addition to mindfulness, emotional liberation also involves actively cultivating positive emotional states. This includes practicing gratitude, nurturing compassion both for oneself and others, and engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. These practices help to create a balanced emotional landscape where positive and negative emotions can coexist without one overpowering the other. Furthermore, overcoming emotional states is a journey of self-compassion and self-acceptance. It's about acknowledging our emotional experiences without self-criticism or shame. This acceptance creates a space for healing and allows us to move forward with a sense of self-love and respect. The liberation achieved through overcoming emotional states is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It involves a daily practice of awareness, understanding, and compassion. As we continue on this path, we gain a deeper sense of emotional intelligence and maturity, which enriches our relationships, our decision-making, and our overall experience of life. Distinguishing intuition from familiar feelings is a critical aspect of personal growth and decision-making. Intuition, often referred to as a gut feeling, is a subtle and often unexplainable sense of knowing that comes without the use of rational processes. It is a deep-seated guidance system that can lead us towards beneficial choices. In contrast, familiar feelings are those emotional responses that we have become accustomed to over time, often rooted in past experiences and conditioning. Intuition is typically characterized by a clarity and immediacy that is unmistakable, yet difficult to rationalize. It often manifests as a strong, inexplicable feeling about a situation, person, or decision. This intuitive sense is thought to arise from our subconscious mind, which processes vast amounts of information, some of which is not immediately accessible to our conscious awareness. On the other hand, familiar feelings are based on learned emotional responses and patterns. They are the product of our past experiences, beliefs, and biases. These feelings can sometimes masquerade as intuition, but are actually just repetitions of past emotional reactions. They can be influenced by fears, insecurities, and desires, and often lead to choices that are not in our best interest. Learning to differentiate between intuition and familiar feelings requires a high level of self-awareness. One must be attuned to the nuances of their emotional responses and be able to question the source of these feelings. It involves reflecting on whether a feeling is arising from deep-seated wisdom or from habitual emotional patterns. Mindfulness practice can be particularly helpful in this process. By becoming more present and observant of our thoughts and feelings, we can start to recognize the quality of our internal responses. Intuition often has a different texture from regular emotional responses. It feels more grounded, centered, and clear, whereas familiar feelings might be accompanied by mental chatter, justification, or inner conflict. Developing this discernment also involves understanding and exploring one's past experiences and emotional patterns. This might include recognizing how past traumas, fears, or conditioning influence current emotional reactions. Therapy or other self-exploration methods can be instrumental in uncovering these patterns. Another aspect of distinguishing between intuition and familiar feelings is learning to trust oneself. Intuition is often subdued by self-doubt or the rational mind's need for logical explanations. Cultivating a trust in one's inner wisdom is crucial for intuition to become a reliable guide. Furthermore, intuition is often aligned with one's core values and long-term well-being, while familiar feelings might lead to short-term gratification or avoidance of discomfort. Reflecting on whether a feeling aligns with one's core values can be a useful way to discern its true nature. Regularly engaging in activities that quiet the mind, such as meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature, can also enhance one's ability to access and recognize intuition. In these states of calm and relaxation, the noise of habitual emotional responses subsides, making it easier to hear the subtle voice of intuition. Distinguishing intuition from familiar feelings is a nuanced process that involves self-awareness, reflection, and a deep understanding of one's emotional landscape. It requires recognizing the subtle qualities of intuitive insights, differentiating them from past emotional patterns, and cultivating a trust in one's inner guidance system. By honing this skill, individuals can make more aligned and informed decisions in their lives.